Testing, testing. Everything working? Holy crap. It's been a rough start this morning. We were all set and ready to go. And then, all of a sudden, we lost the picture. And I went to move the computer because it was kind of falling off this thing. Everything went, we couldn't figure it out. So, well, we got it going now, and I want to thank you for hanging in there because it's a sketchy deal, boy. Just one flick of a button and forget it, it's done. End of story. Well, anyway, here we are. Wes is here. Say hi, Wes.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, weird start this morning for sure.
Nice camera, Wes.
Oh, crap. Bummer. What's going on here? Well, that's what happens when you're dealing with other crap.
Yeah, really. Boy. So, Gail's working the board. She just got back from our grandson's graduation from kindergarten. We have one graduating from kindergarten and one graduating from high school.
And they're brothers.
And they're brothers.
They're brothers. So, yeah.
So,
anyway.
Yeah, those parents, they got their work cut out for them, don't they?
Yeah. So, anyway, we got a lot of people here.
Whoa.
As you mess with the fan over there. We love Sergio Mendez in Brazil, 66. What's your name, by the way? I know I've asked you this before, but I can't remember your name, and that's just such a long name to say. Gordon from Birmingham, what's up? Wacoic.
What's happening, guys?
Cresso.
Clay's
William
here.
Melton, John Burkhart.
William.
In South Dakota. What's up, William? John, how's it going? Rolf Samonson in Colombia. Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Paul, so this guy, I saw Paul Wojciechowski. Paul, I saw you ordered some strings from us, and the envelope with your strings in it was sitting on our coffee table or our living room or our dinner table. And me and my sister both looked at your last name and we were like, wow, that is one of the craziest last names I've ever seen. It's probably very simple to pronounce, but I'll butcher it. But W.C. Ray's here. Hey, W.C. how's it going? Robert Valdez, Big Steve in Olympia, Tom Colhane. Hey, Tom, how's it going, buddy? He's in Connecticut. Paolo Spadaro, ciao in Italy. Hey, Lachlan. He's packing for Lachlan's packing for California as we speak.
Because it never rains in sunny Southern California. It pours.
Yeah, so Lachlan's headed to our Yosemite Jazz Guitar and Bass Workshop, which starts on Sunday. So it's going to be good to see you there.
Wes, show him your shirt.
So yeah, I designed this shirt here for...
You have to stand up. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
So everybody
gets a shirt.
Yeah, so that's new this year for everyone. But yeah, I designed that logo a few weeks ago, and the shirts came out great. So I love it. I think it's a great logo.
I think it's a nice logo. Good job. And shirts. We got to have shirts, man.
Yeah, man.
Anybody ever hear that Paul Anka rant where he's yelling at his band or his manager? How come the band can't get shirts?
Yeah, I love these. I think they're great for sure. I mean, I wanted to make it cool for something that people were gonna wear, So I really tried to make it something that I thought was cool because I have such great, amazing taste, and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, you do.
Audio Talks here, Bill. That's Bill in SoCal. How's it going, Bill? Good to see you, Clay, Jacob. How's it going, Jacob? Over in Mission Viejo.
Jacob.
Good to see you, buddy.
Make me a cup of coffee, Jacob.
Ludovic Lambert. Yeah, it sucks you're not going to make it to camp this year, Jacob.
Blake is going to be there.
Yeah.
And by the way, Blake probably was the first one to sign up for the Jazz Fest 2025.
Yeah, which is different from the workshop.
Right.
Got the Yosemite Jazz Guitar and Bass Workshop, and then we have the Central Coast Jazz Guitar Fest.
Blake, are you going to bring your ES-175? He bought one of those from me. And so he's also got a 335, or excuse me, a 175. So be interesting to hear the two together or apart or one after another, however you do it.
Andrew is in New Jersey. How's it going? Patiently waiting. Thanks for sticking around, buddy. Adrian Lee, how's it going, Adrian? Don Spain, he's headed our way too.
Yeah, Don.
Same with Jim Rolfe.
Jim Rolfe.
Yeah,
Jim
he's
Rolfe.
going to be hanging out with us. Mike Brandenberger in Dallas, the jazzy side of Dallas.
Really, I didn't know there
hey,
was
Mike.
one. Yeah, there was jazzy side of Dallas, North Texas.
Danielle's here as well. She said, any progress with the headstock break?
Well, that guitar's long gone. It's in Italy now.
Not as in long gone, it couldn't be fixed.
Yeah, it got fixed. I think we showed it, didn't we? We showed it on a live stream.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I could have swore we did. I know we did.
No, we didn't. That's why people are asking.
Oh.
Lofi Minor is chatting in a different language there. I don't know what that says. Mark Larkins, hey,
Mark.
buddy. Daniel Lowry. He said, just getting ready to put in an order for a Benedetto Bambino. Nice.
Yeah, what's the time, the build time on that? About a year? It's just curious. We're getting ready to, we've been trying to get Howard Paul's number. Or we have his number. We don't have his number. We just have his email. I want to talk to that boy. Yeah, about having him coming to the Jazz Fest.
Yeah, we need to get in touch with them for sure.
Yeah.
So, and then let's see quickly here.
Hey,
Armando just popped in,
Armando.
and he's coming up on Sunday too. For
Yeah, Armando.
yes,
Yeah.
sweet.
Awesome.
Gonna be fun to see you. And then Leo Brackles over in Southwest North Dakota. How's it going, Leo? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, so workshop starts this Sunday, and it goes through Friday. So no live stream next week.
Oh, and Kirby just popped up. Kirby's headed to
Kirby.
the workshop as well.
Kirby, did you get the email I sent you? So, yeah. So, gosh, we got Kirby, Armando, Blake,
Jim,
Don,
Lachlan.
all everybody's coming to camp.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It makes it sound like we're camping. You know, we're going to be around like the fire, like the scene out of Blazing Saddles, eating beans. Not really. No, it's a resort. It's not a camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on this video for the camp too, which is gonna be cool. I'm gonna give you the full camp experience in a video. So that'll be coming up after the camp's done, and we'll start signing people up for next year. So if you're interested,
Yeah.
you'll be able to sign up for next year's camp in June, the next few weeks after it's over. So we'll be definitely
Well,
talking
I think
about
we already
it.
have the date, but yeah, we do have the date. So the date is set.
Yeah, I'm gonna build a new website for it as well, and we're gonna really get it going for next year. So yeah, and then of course we have the Central Coast Jazz Guitar Fest coming up in February. So you're all ready to head to the
So you can buy tickets.
buy tickets now.
And by the way, make sure you click on getting that room rate at $189, because if you just call the hotel like a couple people have, like they say, oh yeah, sure, we'd love to put you down, it's $600 a night. And like, what? You gotta be kidding. Like, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. But anyway, so make sure you click on that and say you're with the guitar group. That's crazy.
Yeah, when you go to the website and you just click right here on this room rate thing, it pops you right up to the Marriott page where you'll see the Central Coast Jazz Guitar Festival at the top, and then the room rate here. So again, yeah, don't do your own Google search. You're not going to get a better deal. But there are other hotels and stuff around the way, probably 10, 15 hotels within a couple miles of this place. So if you can find another place to play, you'd be a short little 1, 2, 3 mile drive to the venue, and just gonna be cool. It's, if you guys went last year, this one's gonna be bigger, better. Peter Henriksen is on board. He's gonna be the main amp sponsor, and then we're gonna have some guys that were there last year with their guitars coming back, and then I'm gonna get a bunch more. So countdown begins here. 267 days.
Jeez.
So plenty of time to get this going. But check out the site, sign up for updates, and we should be putting together the official teacher lineup here soon. I keep on pushing him to get that all dialed in, but
let's get through camp.
Yeah, one step at a time, right?
Yes, please.
Well, for you, it's more like half a step at a time.
Yeah, I'm about to flip you off, but
it.
I'm not going to. All right, so
You take everything so personal. It's just a joke, man. God.
you call that a joke?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously your sense of humor is a little warped. Hey, okay, so what about? I have a student that's in the Accelerator program, and he came to the Jazz Fest from Cambodia. Actually, he lives in Cambodia, and he also commutes over to San Francisco where he used to work, and he goes back and forth. So it's not like. So he does it a lot, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, he has made. His name's Tilo. He has made wonderful strides. I was really impressed this week with what he's done
And
with the Accelerator course. So I'm really happy with that.
yeah, well, first off, the Accelerator program is, we got to tell people kind of what it is. It's a customized coaching program where you get a big chunk of lessons, pay for them all at once, and we see you twice a week. And you just really drill things down with these guys. And Tilo started out, he's one of our younger guys. So he started out not, was he really even, he was playing a little bit of jazz, right?
Not much.
Yeah.
Not much at all. Yeah. So but I was very impressed with what he did this last week. And boy, and he was saying, this is really opened my eyes. I can look at a chord and tell you what the third is and and everything. So that's so important. You can name the notes, name the factors, and so it's very important. So
yeah,
anyway.
like we got a couple slots open, if probably 2, if you guys are interested in learning jazz guitar this summer and you want to spend some time to it, get a structured learning plan, get accountability. You're never going to know what to practice. You're always going to have something to practice. If you're poking around YouTube forever and trying to figure out what to do, just go to Jazz Guitar Accelerator, hit Discovery Call, and pick a slot, and we will join you on a Zoom meeting. Yeah.
Right on.
So annoying.
I'm warming up.
You're like those 3-year-old twins that we have here this weekend are really.
Where do you think they get it from?
Really close to your level.
So yeah, that tune was Impressions, which is what Coltrane's impression of So What, something like that.
Yeah, there's a question about impressions here, but another update that we wanted to share with you guys is you sold one of your awesome guitar to one of your Jazz Guitar Accelerator students.
I did,
and he's
Frank.
Super pumped. And Frank's one of the best. You said one of the.
He's good player.
He's consistent too. I mean, that guy's booking his lessons. So the idea of the Accelerator too is you can book your lessons anytime that works out on your schedule. You don't have to show up every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. You just work around your schedule. You pick the slot you want. So some guys, aren't doing it twice a week, and they'll do it once a week, which is totally fine. It's your speed. Yeah. It's what you want to do, what you feel comfortable with. But Frank, man, that dude is booking 2 lessons a week constantly, which is awesome. And he's probably, how's he doing?
He's doing really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing really good. And anyway, he bought that brand new 575, which is nice because I have another one coming in. But I the price of those have gone up, and they're not going to come down. I'll tell you that. You can find a used one, but boy, that thing was nice. It just sounded so fat and beautiful sounding guitar. Felt really good. So the Heritages, they're few. They're not making a million of them, but they sure are nice. They're concentrating on the Les Pauls and the 335s and stuff. Us jazz guys, we're a small minority. We're small potatoes. We're like the real little potatoes, and not the big ones like, for baking. It's not. The little ones.
So yeah, and those Heritages, they are pretty hard to find a brand new one. I mean, you just can't order one. You probably had an order in for that thing for a couple years, right?
Yeah, it's what's funny is on Reverb, I'll see all of a sudden 5 of them appear. So I don't know what happens if they because I think they've been shipping a lot of them overseas. They ship a lot of them overseas. And what I have heard is that China is developing a middle class now that wants nice stuff. And apparently a lot of those are going to China, is what I've heard. Or maybe they just want to get them so they can copy them. I don't know, but it's crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, gosh, it would make sense to send some of those overseas, at least to Asia and Europe as well, because seems like there's a bigger appetite for jazz over there. Here in the U.S., everyone wants a frickin' SG or whatever. Yeah. That's why these Fender and Gibson keep on, and Heritage too.
Well, yeah,
they're not running out of their Les Paul version right now.
Yeah, and then they also Eastman same way. They're making.
Yeah,
they're appealing to those guys. So
Yeah, but anyway, Frank got a killer guitar. Is this new one that you got? Is it going to be the same color? And
oh yeah, it's all. They only make 2 colors, blonde and sunburst. I personally like the sunburst over the blonde, although the blonde, like this, you don't see nicks and stuff like that in. But I tell you, it's more time-consuming for the builder to make a sunburst. However, you don't take your nicest piece of wood and paint it black. So the blonde ones probably have a nicer piece of wood. I don't know. That's my theory.
But yeah, so
I don't know if it's right or not. That's my theory.
Congrats, Frank, on that new guitar. And he may or may not be watching, but he usually tunes in. And he's a Dallas guy. We got a lot of Dallas guys,
I know.
You got James
Houston.
James McNamara, who's usually here. He's an Accelerator guy, and
yep.
Paul, who's in the Mastermind group classes now. He's a Dallas guy. There's a lot of Dallas guys. Mike Brandenberger, who talked to us about the program. He's over in Dallas as well. You need to get over there and do something over there.
We used to. We used to do a lot there.
Little weekend workshop action or something.
That would be nice. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So somebody had a question about what do you think of the wooden tailpiece of Benedetto's versus wood over metal? Nothing. I don't think at all about it. A lot of people like those Benedetto tailpieces. I'd still go with the thought that the more mass you have, whether it be on the headstock or the tailpiece, the more sustain. So whatever, I don't know. I don't want to answer questions I'm not fully qualified to answer. I haven't had a whole lot of experience with Benedetto's, number one.
What about just with wooden bridges in general?
Well, the bridges are fine, but the tail pieces,
Or I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. The tailpiece.
yeah.
Have you had some? You've obviously had some.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, the more mass, the bigger. See how big that is? I think you get more sustain.
Mhm.
And remember, like we did the ring effect on the
Right.
yeah. So that has something to do with it. I don't think an ebony rings at all. So I don't know. It's a tough one.
Lachlan
Lachlan.
asked, since you started out with before we get into all these guitars, maybe you could do a mini lesson on impressions, breaking out of Dorian. He said. So maybe a quick insight on impressions that
Right now, you mean? Because
Yeah.
I've got that on the library.
I don't know, but give him one little tip on impressions.
Okay.
Breaking out of Dorian.
Well, you're probably going to stay in Dorian on that tune. But when you're against the D minor, you play the other chords of the key of C. You don't play D minor all the time. Play G7, G13. And it's all those sound so pretty against the chord. Leave the overhead on a second. I'm going to play this. Here's G7, G13. Here's E minor 7. Here we go to E flat. Here's a D flat major. There's an A minor. Here's a B minor 7 flat 5. Do you want a C sharp in there or not? That's the question. Not probably not. Here I am in D flat. C. The G7. So here I am in D flat. Here's an A flat minor set, A flat 7. Then it goes back. I guess you got to know where 8 bars are. That's one thing. And remember these things? Quads. Also the blues scales, A minor blues. So, yeah, I mean, there's other things you can do, but learn how to do that real well, and I think you'll be happy. You can set up the E flat coming in, you know, with a big 5 chord if you want. So, yeah. Okay, I hope that helps you. What do you think, Wes?
Yeah, no, that was perfect.
All right,
And
good.
Lachlan said killer. Thanks for that.
Killer.
Yeah, so.
Killer Joe.
Yeah, and Mike Brandenberger said, yes, you need to come to Dallas. We've got a great place to do a workshop.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to shoot you a call one of these days, Mike, and talk to you about that.
You better write that down, Wes.
Yeah, well, I got his number. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So let's get into these the top
Guitars.
5
Yeah.
Gibson guitars here.
That's what we're here for. So look at this. This is a 2013. I think you guys have seen it before. L5. So the L5, right? Everybody's not going to be happy until they get an L5. Until they get one, and then they think, oh, holy shit, this thing is big. So it's a big guitar, without a doubt. However, not quite as big as what's coming up. And so solid woods. If you take a look at the back of this particular guitar, it's got a split back, which means it's probably solid. It's not a laminate. Some L5s, like my older 68, you don't see a split there, so I assume it's laminate then. Okay. I don't know why they can't make a back that's solid, that's not split. I don't know why. There's got to be a reason, but I don't know the answer. So it's all solid woods, and it's got the tone, don't you think? Don't you think it's got the tone?
Yeah, I mean, that thing sounds awesome for sure.
Gail said it was the best sounding guitar I have. So, Bruce Foreman wants me to bring this thing. I don't know why. I think he's got something up his sleeve. And again, you got to hold these correctly. It's the kind of guitar like you ride. You don't play it. You ride it. It's big. You kind of hang on, you know. So I have my 68 L5, which I really love the neck on that. And I think I'm going to show that in a couple weeks, Wes, because I've done some work on it, and I want to show the work and see what you guys think. But anyway, yeah, it's got the 5-piece neck. It's a beautiful guitar. And this is definitely a nice choice to have. Beautiful guitar. So without, you know, this is what all the others aspire to be, I guess, you know. However, let's take a look at this one over here. And I think you guys have seen this before. This is the, I have a switch on the cord, so don't worry about it.
So yeah, the L5 obviously is kind of the
benchmark.
Yeah, it's the, but what do you think it is about it that just makes it shine above the other ones? I mean, I guess it's just the size and the wood and the
size and the wood and its history. It was probably the first jazz guitar ever made.
Right.
So there's that, and then Wes played one. You notice not everybody played an L5. Okay, now this is the 81 Super 400. Mamma mia. And by the way, I had the pickups replaced, pickup covers. The old ones, the pickguard gassed off and corroded the old ones. These are some newer ones. They're not perfect. They're ones, actually, I took off the 775, and I put new ones on that one. But I saved these, and I put these up because these aren't, they're not corroded or anything, but they do have a little bit of wear, which is kind of, appropriate for a 40-year-old guitar. So And I had the pick guard encased in epoxy. So this is my friend and Nate, who was at our Jazz Fest, and he said, hey, I can keep that from gassing off by enclosing it in epoxy. However, the pickguard will self-destruct someday. We don't know when, but it will self-destruct. And which I don't get why Gibson kept making, they knew these things were destroying guitars when you put them in a case and leave them in there for 5 years. But yet they still made them. Now, why did they do that? I don't get it. I wish somebody would answer that question. Just change the material. I guess that was a very highly sought after material because it was somewhat translucent. Okay, but the Super 400 is the big daddy of them all. By the way, we probably should have played that guitar acoustically. The L5.
Right.
This particular guitar, though, is an 81, which means it's the Norland years, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Is that even on, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, it's on here on the board.
It's yours weaker. Is it coming through the amp?
I don't know, man.
We've had nothing but problems today. Okay, well that's plugged in. I guess just turn it up. Yeah, wow. Boy, was that a much weaker pickup, huh?
Yeah, just slam the gain knob like a quarter turn.
So obviously it's a lower output pickup or whatever. I don't know. So again, this guitar, you know, when they're this big, you got to hold them kind of across your body. And when you do, it's like, hey, the fretboard is in your face. Hello, fretboard. There it is. So, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing, actually. It makes it nice and easy. So, yeah, and by the way, this has the volute on it. If you take a look on the back, see the volute there, which is not a bad thing. You'll love that volute when you knock this son of a gun over and the headstock doesn't break off. But look at the size of that headstock, right? You could flip a pancake with that sucker. And so body, again, split back, solid sides and back, solid spruce top. That's a big-ass piece of spruce, isn't it? This one, it does have a little goober over here, we noticed. Where's that? Do you see anything right there? Oh, right there at the bottom of the cutaway. See that? It was maybe hit there pretty good or something. I don't know. And this one is stamped a second, which generally means that they wanted to lower the price, so they made them a second. Some people say, no, that's not true. But other people say, yes, it is. Here is a little blemish in the wood. I can't imagine that being, oh, let's make it a second. Looks like a cigarette burn. Maybe they put it on there and said, okay, let's make it a second. Before we finish this, let's make a little deal. I don't know what they're thinking. But I know that Ibanez was hot on the tails of Gibson, and they were after them, and they wanted their market share. And let's face it, you could go buy an L5 Ibanez L5 for what? Maybe back then $300. Or you could get, I'm talking like a 71 or two, $300, $400. Or you could get the real thing for $1,500 or something like that. It's like, holy crap. And it's like that nowadays, isn't it? Order one of these from the company. Take a second on your house. And then, get the Japanese knockoff, So, but the Japanese knockoff, it's just something about these guys that make you want to go, ooh, that's cool. So,
well, let's hear how that thing sounds on a track.
All right.
Compared to the L5, because I don't know, it feels like is it brighter than the L5?
Well, if the outputs were a little, if the output pickup was a little less, I think it tends to brighten it up. So, but I think it's got that beautiful drip, the sound of water dripping into a bucket sound.
Clay said maybe that's why they were called seconds, because you get a new mortgage.
You gotta get a mortgage. Good one, Clay. That's funny. Okay, I had no idea there was a video. Oh.
Yeah, just let's find a song. I can monitor the comments.
Okay. Well, we were going to continue with some of these tunes. We're in the I's, and the I's have it. You know what I'm going to play? We're going to go back to the H's, and I'm going to play a version of Holy, Holy, Holy that is kind of a cool little version. I hope you like it. It's on the Gift album.
Yeah, it's smooth too. turn off the hurricane. Every time we shut off the overhead mics, I turn on the air conditioning because it's warming up here in Atascadero.
Boy, is it. Boy, is it.
Oh, yeah, and it's warming up with...
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, so, anyway, yeah, I like that. I remember writing that version out. I remember exactly where I was. I was at what's the name of the college you went to? The Christian one?
Fresno Pacific.
Fresno Pacific. I was teaching guitar there. And I had a cancellation, and I started doing that. I couldn't get it out of my mind. And so that's where it all started. I think it's a pretty version. So anyway, yeah. You know, did you get a discount? Because you were supposed to get a discount because I taught there. Did you know that?
I don't think we were there at the same time.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, yeah. I mean, I was only there for 1 year.
Right.
In 2000, the year 2000.
In the year 2000, yeah. Okay, I don't know when I was there. I have no idea. Dates, they elude me. I have no idea. Oh, anyway, so this is the Super 400. And I thought about, well, maybe I'll keep this instead of the Kenny Burrell. But then I, think, Kenny Burrell I have is very rare, and you can get these. By the way, this is priced really good, by the way. So.
Yeah, there's a link in the chat for if anyone's interested in buying it. You can check out more pictures and
all that good
there's
stuff.
There's a lot more. There's another YouTube video that we featured it on as well in there, and so yeah, check it out. Sounds good for sure.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And that one we found at the local guitar shop.
That's
around here.
That's Correcto Mundo.
Yeah, I gave him the hot lead on that when I went to Lightning Joe's in Arroyo Grande. If you've ever been to Lightning Joe's, it's a great guitar shop.
It is one of the last one of the great guitar shops, right?
Yeah, Lightning Joe's Guitar Heaven.
Yeah,
and he's probably got 2,000 guitars hanging up on the walls in that place. It's crazy.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to come to the Central Coast, make sure you stop in there. By the way, Locke, you're going to Morro Bay, right? There's a nice little store there, Central Coast Music. Nice little store. Royal Grande, like Wes said, is in is Lightning Joe's.
Right, which is like more towards Pismo area, south of Morro Bay.
So we had the 18-inch, we had the 17-inch. Now, one of the guitars that I think is a real fantastic guitar is the Tal Farlow. And I gotta say that I scolded myself because the last time I played this guitar was at the fest. I played it all weekend at the fest, and I didn't clean it afterwards. I can't believe I did that. And so I got it out today, and I thought, oh my God, because when I play, I spit all over the place. And they were talking with the guitar, and it just, stuff comes out, SpaghettiOs. And anyway, I don't want to gross you out too much, but so I had to clean it up right away. So I spent about 5 minutes cleaning it up this morning. And if you don't clean your guitars, you got to get the corrosion off it before it takes a foothold, So really care for your guitars. It's not like back in the day. It seems like everybody trashed their guitars because, it's like, look at how much I play. I'm out gigging and I'm going to trash my guitar. I was never a big fan of that. So take a look at the back. Now, the back is laminate. Do you see how it's one piece? Come in. Come in. So this is a 17-inch, but it's a little, it's not as deep, 3 inches. Less volume in there. But still, we got the cool neck on it. No volute. Yeah, somebody said they should put volutes on Les Pauls. No kidding. They really should. Mahogany necks need a volute. You don't have to put them on so much on a 5-piece neck. Those 5-piece necks are strong. But on solid mahogany and maple necks, anything solid, they should put volutes on it.
The inlays there are pretty cool on that guitar, definitely.
Oh, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this should probably have a higher output. It's a newer one. Doesn't that have a nice bass sound?
Yeah, I think it sounds much darker than the Super 400.
Yeah.
Jay Trailer said, do we get a Paghetto markdown on the Tal Farlow?
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does that mean, Jay Trailer?
I'm not selling it, so you can mark it down all you want. I don't want to sell this. I've wanted one of these since the 60s when I first walked into Freedom Guitar on Sunset Boulevard and saw one and couldn't afford it because it was $700. Okay. So it's got the cool appointments, right? So basically it was a $350.
Oh, he meant the Spaghetti-O discount.
Oh. Yeah. No extra charge for the spaghetti. So anyway, the guitar is a what's different. It's got a rosewood fretboard now. We have a different tailpiece. It's your stock, like 175 tailpiece with this little badge in there. And Mitch Holder told me that the Barney Kessel with the 2 horns was originally made for Tal Farlow, and he didn't like it at all. And
can you blame him though?
Well, I had one of those
Batmobile guitar. It's like,
I tell you, you'd appreciate that guitar if you ever were in a fight.
Yeah, it does. It looks like some sort of medieval weapon or something.
Yeah, you could seriously do damage with that song. Come on.
Danielle asked, which there's a bunch of questions in here, but I'll
go ahead.
I'll backtrack. But I'm trying to kind of stay on the topic here. Ever use naphtha for cleaning nitrocellulose finish necks? Naphtha?
No, I never have.
No.
You know what I use is McGuire's car wax and cleaner. However, I don't like to use it a whole lot, but it is nice. It gets it clean and leaves a little finish on it. But you can over clean those things. So I like to use this. This was made by Fender, and they made it for pianos, Steinways and stuff. I think Fender bought Steinway, didn't they?
Uh,
I think they did. So at one time. So that, you know, you're not going to put junk on a Steinway piano, and it's black, and so you want to make sure. So I got this, and I've had this probably 10 years or better.
Daniel says naphtha is good for removing glue and stickers.
Oh,
Huh.
I'll have to keep that in mind then.
Yeah,
You
for
know-
all the stickers that you put on your guitars.
Yeah, I got Nike.
Right. But
And
You should put
kind of
a-
like you. You
You-
put stickers on all your
you
shit.
should put a Gibson sticker on that guitar. Sure.
Put a Fender sticker.
Yeah, man. It would be way cooler. Yeah, I did put stickers on my guitars when I was a teenager. But that was like a Fender Squier Strat, for a $100 guitar that we found at a garage sale for $30,
Really? I don't remember that. Okay, I bought a long time ago. I did buy a Fender made in Japan Strat. I think I still have it, or you have it, for $200. That was not made in Japan, made in America.
Oh yeah.
That's the one you have.
Yeah.
We bought that for $200 at a yard sale. Maybe 15 years
yeah.
ago, something like that.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
I know
That's
it
pretty
is.
pretty great.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Tal Farlow Gibsons are about 5,000 to 6,000. All these guitars are up there. All these guitars are up there. So, what is the saying? Buy once, cry once.
Daniel says that if you do use naphtha, keep it away from an open flame.
Yeah, I hear that.
Marcelo Silva just joined us from Brazil.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, Marcelo. Good to have you, buddy. So yeah, I mean, just a bit off the bat, that thing sounds as good as the L5. That thing just sounds really nice.
Well, and we're going direct through an amp.
No,
Yeah.
through a mixing board.
Through a mixing board. And also it's how it pushes the amp. I hate it when people say this sounds as good as an L5. It bothers me. Don't
Well, I
say
mean-
that.
Well, I mean, when there's no amp and we're doing a direct comparison and the exact same input on the same mixing board, it's a pretty good comparison of what they sound like. So why can't you say one sounds better than the other?
You know what? You can. You certainly can. And this particular guitar, I find very, very comfortable for me. Although, you get used to guitars, and then after a while you think, I wish this was bigger. This Heritage, on all their guitars, they went to 3 inches instead of 3.5, or 3 5/8, or whatever the heck it is, so. And Howard always said, I guess it's in the bracing, is what I've heard him say. It's all about the bracing. I don't know what about bracing, but yeah, they all sound different. They all have their own little voice. And even within models, I guess there's good ones that sound different. Let's play Jingles. That was on our list. Are you ready?
Sure, yeah.
Get ready, because you're going to have to adjust. All of a sudden, his neck got all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's so wonderful of you. Yeah, this neck starts getting sticky. I hate that. That's another reason I think the Meguiar's is really, it gets it super clean, puts a little waxy finish. It doesn't get sticky so dang fast. Okay. So that is the Tal. So I noticed some people are saying, wow, it sounds better than the Super 400.
Yeah, I would agree there.
You know what? You can't help it. You know, it is what it is. I don't know. All right, so there is our 17 inchers. Now, some people are saying, why isn't the Birdland in here? Didn't you hear people say that, Wes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I heard them.
I hear what you're saying, and it's kind of a specialty guitar, you know, so to be honest, I forgot about it. and Wes said, oh yeah, the Birdland. But I forgot about it. And but he's right. It's just kind of a specialty guitar, you know, with the short neck and what have you. So it's not really... A Birdland is a Birdland and will always be a Birdland, and it's a Birdland.
Yeah, and I think the last time you brought it out, it was it was a little thin. Kind of a little thinner than these other ones. I mean, not like literally, but the sound
Well,
of it.
it is thinner literally,
Right.
and it does sound a little thinner. Which is that a bad thing? We don't know. If you're playing in a band with a bunch of people, it's not a bad thing because it can cut through. So,
Right.
like I said before, sometimes the L5, I've heard some of the best sounds with it, and I've heard some of the worst, because you can't sometimes if the band is really loud, you only hear this certain aspect of the guitar. You don't, and it just doesn't sound right. It needs the rest of it around it, but it gets soaked up by the band.
Yeah. So I'm going to run through some comments here while you get that number 4 guitar out here. Audio Talk said, Bill said, just redid his studio and sounded great through the monitors. Whoa.
What was that?
I don't know. That did not sound good. Oh, your little heater fell off. Jacob asked what an amazing opening tune. Know the name of it. That was Impressions, Jacob. Impressions. WC Ray, please show the repaired headstock brake. So we didn't get to show the repaired headstock because we literally got it back. So the guy who bought it in Italy, Gary, a good buddy of ours, he still wanted the guitar. He was like, I'm playing it because I love the sound. I don't need people to look at it and blah blah blah. So he was like, I still want the guitar, and but we didn't want to. Obviously, we weren't going to reship it back to Italy because that's how it broke. And so he was coming into the U.S. for a few days, and we literally got the guitar, and he showed up. So we had to get it like in the mail ASAP. So it got to him or his son's house in time for him to be there. So we didn't have time to do a video on it, which was unfortunate. But it did look good. The break, our guy Nate, who you guys met at the Jazz Guitar Fest, fixed it, and yeah, looked. You could tell it. You know, there was. I mean, you couldn't feel anything on it. Obviously, it was smooth, but the finish, there was some, you know, issues with the finish, trying to cover that up. So you could see where something was going on with it there, but touching it and feeling it, man, it looked
You
great.
can feel a thing.
Yeah, and it still obviously sounded awesome. And so we sent it over to Gary, and he's playing that thing over in Italy now. So let's see, WC Ray, can patrons buy one of those shirts mail order? Yeah. Just shoot us an email, and we might be able to get you one. We'll probably have to wait till after camp to make sure everyone gets one, but because I think a few guys might want to get some extras. But if we have some, we'll let you know. So we'll update you on on that in 2 weeks from today with our next live stream. So no live stream next week because we're going to be at the Yosemite camp. So but yeah, I love the shirts. I'm actually wanting to start a shirt website, so that's definitely on my list of things to do, all kind of based on guitars and kind of cool guitar designs, and I think it'll be cool. So
Yeah.
once I kind of get my act together and get that up and running, you can bet you guys will be hearing about it. So let's see, trying to see, Danielle, I think it was Danielle, said we were talking about the Benedettos with the wood tail pieces, and she said that the only the high-end Benedetto guitars have the wood tail piece with the Saucony loop. The lower costs have a metal tailpiece with ebony glued on the top of the metal. But you need to look at that really closely to be able to see it. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So you get the look of the wood, but you still get the sustain of the metal. And then WC Ray put it a good way with the metal versus wood. It's he said it's like bouncing a super ball on grass instead of asphalt. Strings that anchor against metal ring louder and project better. So that's
Good analogy.
yeah. Oh man, remember Super Balls? Those things were so cool. You could bounce those things so high, and they were 25 cents. Like you could have so much fun with this little thing that you get from the gumball machine at the store.
Yeah, really, 25 cents.
Now you have to have like an iPad to entertain a child. Let's see.
Clay's leaving. Bye, Clay.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see if there's some extra shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. Still kind of looking through
Birdland
here.
reputation destroyed by Ted Nugent. Yeah, that's funny. I like Ted Nugent. Yeah, I can play. There's no question about it. Any more questions?
Yeah, just Daniel Lowry. He mentioned earlier how he likes the channel because of he's able to A/B these guitars in a pretty controlled environment because none of the shops carry these anymore.
No.
You can't just go down to your local guitar shop and be like, yeah, let's test out that Tal Farlow against this,
Yeah, right, exactly.
L4.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Maybe at some shops in like Nashville or, some really
Carter Vintage, maybe.
Yeah, Norms probably.
Norms. Also,
but
come on, who's the Gruen? Yeah.
For the most part, most cities don't have really great guitar shops. You could probably do it at Guitars and Jazz in New Jersey, definitely.
Probably so, yeah.
I think that's about it. Danielle said for a light cleanup, a luthier suggested Turtle Wax Performance Plus Express Shine Carnauba Wax. There are no references to silicone or other ingredients on the green spray bottle.
Okay.
That's good to know.
That's probably about what this is on here.
Right.
Yeah. It's very wet when you spray it on her. It's like water. It's weird. So this, shall we move on?
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah, we love Sergio Mendes, Brazil. Can you retype that question in the chat, and I'll get to it because he's about to talk about the L4. So yeah, throw in that question you had about maple and mahogany, and I'll have him talk about it for sure. So here you go.
Okay, so the L4 is, a lot of people used to say, oh, it's the poor man L5. And can't say that anymore. I mean, they're up there now. All right, but this is solid top, laminate sides and back, maple, spruce top, solid spruce top. It's pretty guitar. Mahogany neck, and
Is that just a one-piece neck?
yeah, one piece mahogany, which I like. It's generally they don't, mahogany neck. To be on the safe side, they make them a little bigger, so they're a little stronger than the five-piece necks as a general rule, or a little thinner. They can cut them thinner because they're stronger. That's my thinking.
And you've had this guitar forever.
I have.
I mean, how long? When did you get that thing?
Probably 20 years ago, maybe.
Oh, at least I would say.
I was at one of our workshops, actually. I think it was the one at the Sky Ranch. I had bid on it. And it was interesting. The guy, there was no reverb. I think it was on eBay. Or I saw it on some site. Maybe, there was a site called, one time, Guitars and Bass, GB something.com. I bought it off of that, and I got in touch with the guy, and he said, yeah, my girlfriend bought it for me, but I'm a 7-string player. And so she didn't know that, but so I play 7 strings. I have no use for it. So, okay, well, good, I'll buy it. I had it refretted. I didn't like the frets on it at the time. I would get so mad at this guitar because it sounded good, but the frets were just too low. And when I have too low a fret, it seems like I push too hard. I don't know why that is, but it just, or I'm picking up too much of the board and not as, so I had it refretted, and I was very happy I did. The frets on it now are maybe just a tad. I'm so picky, man. It's crazy. Just a hair too big, which is okay. You can always take them down then. All right, but anyway, this guitar has a single ply binding on the neck. They don't bind the headstock because, my gosh, that would, I don't know, that would break the bank. You're opening the door?
Yeah, it's way nicer out there than it is in here. That's for sure.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But at least there's a little breeze. Might hear the neighbors, though, out on their porch playing with their little granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but the guitar is 3.5 inches deep, but it's 16-inch. And the scale length is the 24 and 3/4 instead of 25.5. So it's a little closer together. It's like a 175. The pickup's where it's supposed to be, and not there back there. Gets a beautiful sound.
Feels like it's a little lower output than the Tal Farlow.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I think this was, I think they were made close to the same time. This is a 96. No, 98. So anyway, let's play a tune on it. So I have on my list, It Had to Be You. Remember that tune? It's a crazy song. Wonderful little tune.
Oh wait, is this a no track song here?
Yes.
Okay, well here, restart it. Let me put the
All right.
Take off the mics.
All right.
Here you go.
Yeah, Daddy-O. So that's It
So
Had to Be You.
that I do that thing does sound. That's a dark guitar. That thing sounds dark.
Really? Dark?
Yeah, I think so at least.
It's got a pretty bright high end, don't you think? Wait till you hear the other one come
Yeah.
talk about dark.
Eliav Baruch just joined us. Hey, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing great. He's asked, how are you, Wes? I am doing great. Absolutely great, for sure. You know, I just might have a new job in radio advertising.
A new career.
Yeah.
You too can be on the radio.
So
That's
you
right.
might hear my voice on
Yeah,
the
you
radio
will.
commercial. Soon.
Thousands of people listen to you every day.
I love doing voiceover stuff. It's fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Why not?
Hey, but I want to hear that guitar with a track.
Okay.
Yeah, let's play some
Some
upbeat jazz to kind of give everyone a comparison, so people can kind of. It's hard to hear the differences when you played all the other ones, as.
I
And
see.
then maybe might. Well, we didn't do it on the last one, but play that thing acoustically a little bit, just to hear like what it sounds like acoustic.
Okay. Okay. Try to find a song. Let's just play some a minor blues, maybe. Here we go. Here we go, Wes. Safe. Okay, so there it was. There, that little minor blues thing.
Yeah. So that was a good. Yeah, that definitely.
Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. Guitars are weird, man. And your body is constantly changing over the years, over the months, over the days, it seems like for me. But the 17-inch, I don't know, for some reason it feels better for me. It used to be 16-inch is the way to go. Now, so it's so picky. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I guess the deal is to get a guitar that you really love and cherish, want to take good care of. And when you open up the case and you look at it, you go, oh, that's mine. I think that's the selling point right there. And then get it out and then work your ass off on playing it. So, shall we?
Yeah, real quick though. So Gordon said Gordon loves the L4. He said that from the beginning, even before you brought it out. Was L4 is definitely his favorite. Another Wolfgang, I think, said the same thing. And then
Somebody else owned one, right? Was that-
I'm sure several of these guys have owned one over the years. But let's see. We love Sergio Mendez said, Mr. West, thank you so much. There are maple back L4 and mahogany carved back L4. I wonder how Mr. Rich thinks about their differences.
Well, if you had a chance to buy either or, I'd buy the mahogany.
Why?
It's a darker tone. I like mahogany. Mahogany's a beautiful wood for, especially solid wood. Yeah, I think I like that. I like mahogany, so that's what I would buy if I had a choice. But I've been very, very happy with this guitar, and I tell you what, you plug it into an amp and you go, oh wow, ooh, that's nice. So I don't know. Mahogany, I think, is a nice wood for guitars. Real nice wood. Okay.
And then
Cherry says the word.
he also has this follow-up question here. The other question is if the narrow neck of the 1960s L4 is something that you like or don't like.
I like a lot. And that, by the way, if you noticed, maybe you haven't yet noticed, we don't have a 175 in here. I don't have a current 175. I have a 68 with the, as a friend of mine likes to call them, pencil neck on it. And that's I like that. And my 68, I have a 68, 175, and a 60 8 L4, both with the pencil neck, and also a 66 175. Forgot about that. Could have brought that one up. But that one doesn't have, again, that's a pencil neck.
So you like them.
I like them. Doesn't mean I like them forever and ever, but for some reason, man, they fit my hand so well now. I don't know why. It just feels good. It's like you get done playing and it's like you haven't played at all. Feels good.
Yeah. WC Ray says very tight tone on that, and David Bronson says that's a very old school tone, very Jim Hall.
Joe DiArio played one of these too for a long, long time. First he had a Benedetto. I remember when he got his Benedetto, when Bob made it for him, and then he played a 170. First he played a 175, then he played this Benedetto, and then he played an L4. And then I saw him play an Eastman L Ray or something. So he's gone through the gamut. Gail, did you see what she wrote, your mother? She said, I'm a pencil neck geek. That was Freddie Blassie. Hey, you pencil neck geek.
It's better than a pencil something else.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's like a number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, so number 5 coming up here.
Coming up, number 5. Wait for it. Wait for it. What is it? Talk to him, Wes.
Daniel asked, do you have a preference between the...
Son of a
Oh my
bitch.
God, what are you doing?
Well, these things aren't right.
Wow. That was near disaster right there. That's what you get on this show. It's some heart-wrenching moments with really expensive guitars. The day will come when a guitar gets fully broken in this studio. Daniel said, do you have a preference between the Florentine and the Venetian cutaways?
I like the Venetian, I suppose, if I had my preference.
That's the pointy.
No, the Florentine is the pointy.
Got it. Yeah, because you always say that there's more wood there.
There's more volume, yeah. Yeah, if you filled these both up with water and then measured the water, you would find that the
Talk about a viral video. Coming up on our next live stream, we are going to fill these Gibson guitars with water.
See which one has the.
Yeah, that would be a good video.
Yeah. That's
Well,
like,
we did that guitar news a long time ago where that guy did that. He filled his guitar full of water and played it and didn't really
matter.
It sounded watery, and you could hear the water sloshing kind of back and forth in the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember that? And you could hear it, but yeah. Ed Jackson popped in here with this question: what do you think of the Ibanez lawsuit, L4 and L5?
I think they're pretty good. I think they're nice. You know, they're priced accordingly. Which is.
Yeah, I mean, so we've had several of those Ibanez 2461s or whatever, and
yeah, 20. Yeah.
Those sound good, man. And
they do,
especially if they're in good shape. They look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've a while back too. You had a Ventura.
I had as a matter of fact, that guy called me because he wanted another guitar that I had, and he thanked me again for that He said that video. He said I went out and bought a Ventura, and I just love that guitar. That was a Ventura L5 copy, which I had back in the day when they first came out. So I've been wanting a jazz guitar. You know, let's face it. When we first got married. Well, no, when we first got married, I bought a 175. So that's just 1970. It was $300. And, but I played a Telecaster for a lot of gigs. It had a pickup, humbucker, and I put cardboard on the back to make it fat because I wanted to learn and be comfortable with a jazz guitar. And so I've been wanting that for a long time. Then I got a Ventura, and I remember that guitar, the sound of it, it was okay. But it wasn't the greatest. I didn't think at the time. So I replaced the pickups with Gibson pickups. I worked for a music store, and I was able to get a good deal and replaced them. And I'll never forget, I was homesick from school soldering these pickups, and I couldn't get the damn thing soldered in. I just they couldn't make them work, and I couldn't figure it out. What was going on, and I did so much soldering, I could smell it in my nose. It's stuck in your nose because you're sick too. And you got this solder stink in your nose, that wonderful lead solder. And finally, I took it to a friend of mine who was much smarter than me. He got out his own meter, and he went just every inch of the wiring, and he found a bunch of breaks in the wiring, in the shielding. They weren't visible. And so once we put a little jumper around this little break, it worked. So the wiring and the pots on those guitars, back then are completely junk. So they're like ranting and raving about that, but that all can be replaced. Anything else, Wes?
Yeah, just Ruby Era 58 said, what kind of guitar strap do you use? He has left shoulder plate from broken collarbone. Needed something nicely padded. Okay,
well this is a you can get a bass strap from L&M Straps, and this is a bass strap. It's their they've had this strap around forever. Okay, $25.
Right.
However, it's vinyl, and it doesn't have the cushion that this is from Bill Silverman Eldorado straps, and he'll make you one. And this is twice as thick. And the fact that it's my stockbroker, and it's twice as thick, and the leather is thick, and it really distributes it. I notice a big difference between those two straps. However, the price is big difference too.
Can we like
hold
do
on? Let me
something
get
about
hold
that?
on. Hello. Oh, it's Gentry Mars. Whoever that is. All right, so anyway, the L&M straps work good too. So get yourself one of those. When that wears out, get yourself one of the ones.
This message is for Rich. This is Marshall Gentry.
Oh, it's Marshall.
Organist in Fresno. We're playing the gig coming up on the couple weeks over on the coast.
We're playing a gig a couple of weeks.
You had mentioned you were going to email me some charts.
I'm going to
And
email.
I was wondering if I didn't receive anything yet. I was wondering if you sent them. If you have a handful of them, a handful of charts that you said you had.
I'll send you the charts, Marshall.
Maybe hard to find that you had charts for.
I got it. Okay.
My phone number is 707-680.
He's an organ
What
player.
is this show coming to? This is just ridiculous. Come on.
Oh, can we do this last guitar?
Yeah.
All right. Now look at.
And the funny thing is you're gonna forget to get him those charts, and he's gonna call you back. So yeah, this is the Gibson 775. So talk about the difference here between why this was better than the 175.
Okay, why? All right, now this is a laminate top and sides and back, just like a 175. A little more ornamentation, as you can see. Gold. It's got this little plate here. It's got the L5 bridge. Special pickups. I don't know. It's got the cool gas off pick guard. Ebony fretboard, ornamentation on the headstock, binding. One of the main things.
Plus the cool inlays too.
Those bitchin' inlays. Do people say bitchin' anymore?
No.
All right. So it's got these bitchin' inlays, and they're wicked. And anyway, the guitar also has a 5-piece neck. See? Now, what I was hoping for when I got this, I was thinking, okay, it's a 3-piece.
Yeah.
What I was hoping for, well, they probably are going to cut this a little thinner. They didn't. This is cut about the same as a mahogany. So I was a little disappointed in that, but I've learned to love it anyways. By the way, I took this to a gig and a Tal Farlow, and people seem to like this better, is what the consensus was. I'm always asking, hey, which guitar did you like better? Oh, I like this one better. I don't know why. But the 175 does not have the pickup here. It's back here, as you probably know. So that's one of the things that draws me to this guitar. They only made these for 3 years. I've had 2 or 3 of these, and just of late to buy and sell. And so I think it's a very sweet sounding Gibson. William's got a 575.
A 775.
775.
Yeah, he loves it. That was his first big jazz,
Guitar, right?
expensive jazz guitar. He had a Joe Pass Emperor too, which he still has, but this was his like graduating into the big leagues guitar. Yeah, William was a jazz guitar accelerator student of ours over in Colorado. Hope your foot. Are you probably already almost healed. Hopefully, are you back to work there, William?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I was gonna play.
William, you got to come out to the Jazz Guitar Fest in February.
Yeah.
End of February. Bring Jenny. Have a nice time
Yes.
on the Central Coast. Get out of Colorado in the middle of winter. Yeah. So, man, you got to get out here for sure.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He's back at work. Awesome. That's good to know for sure. Yeah. He said my first real guitar. He said big league.
Yeah. That was a nice guitar. I couldn't decide between should I sell this one or that one, and I don't know why I picked this one. The other one, I liked the frets on it. It had a little higher fret.
Well, it's your first real jazz guitar because you got cool other guitars, Les Pauls, and those kind
Flying
of
V.
Flying V, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
For sure. He's a rock guy. He likes heavier stuff for sure. Not anymore. He's a jazzer now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cost of the Jazz Fest, $200 to get in all weekend, and then just got to get a hotel room and get out here, make a road trip. Hotel rooms at the venue are $189 a night, so not a bad price. It's a super nice Marriott hotel in wine country. So yeah, he says all jazz all the time now. Why? Like I can't when you launch into these songs.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need to turn the mics off so
Okay.
you can hear it.
Shall we do this song?
Say what song it is too.
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes,
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
which is a written by Irving Berlin.
Awesome.
And they didn't like, his wife did not like the Platters version,
Got it.
although that's the one that made the money. Okay, let's go. There you have it. That is the 775. May I present it? to you. You want to hear a tune with the track? And then we got to go probably, huh?
Yeah. But I think that some two questions.
Two.
We already asked why that was better than the 175, so you asked that, or so you answered that. But how about ES-175 Herb Ellis?
Yeah.
Would you take? I mean, we don't have one of those right now, but if we did have one, would that have been number 5, or the 775 beats that as well?
A 775 beats that as well.
Because that's obviously a great guitar too. What about a 165 versus a 175? Which one would you take?
Well, they're basically one's one pickup, the other's two pickups, you know. So I'm a fan of having the one pickup.
Is the pickup right up against the neck?
No, it's the same configuration, same.
Gotcha.
Same thing.
Because those are always popular guitars when you get them in. Like the
They're
Herb Ellis, they always sell right away.
They go right away, yeah. And Blake bought one. He's going to bring it to camp.
Yeah.
So you know, they have their own unique sound. That, you know, the fact you don't have a pound and a half of metal sitting on the top makes a difference.
Right.
Now, usually I lift the pickup off the top, which I did on this. I did on this guitar. So the pickup is lifted off the top. It's true. It's really true. So out of all the guitars, whoever's been listening so far, what's your vote? What's your vote?
I think for me, it's probably the L5 at the beginning, or the Tal Farlow. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely stood out. They sound very similar, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This guitar also is right in there. The L4 kind of had its own thing going on, and so the Super 400 definitely had its own kind of more sparkly type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon says L4 all the way. John Burkhart says 775. Tom says the Tal. William Melton says L5. We Love Sergio Mendez says Tal Farlow. But I think we should play a tune on that. So before you submit your answer, let's play this with like a upbeat jazz song.
Okay.
What do you got?
Midnight Blue.
Can you do a different one?
Okay.
They copyright YouTube doesn't like when we play that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
YouTube gets mad at us when we play Midnight Blue.
Well, excuse the hell out of me, you two.
Unless you want to pay Kenny Burrell for,
I don't mind
or
paying
his record company.
I don't mind paying Kenny.
Well,
but I'd like people to watch this.
Well, they'll still be able to watch it, but you just have to share the revenue of the whole video now gets shared with Sony or whoever, someone who definitely needs the money,
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. What is it?
4 on 6.
Okay.
Safe.
All right. So there you go. That now you can, you know, Tal Farlow is more pleasant to me than the L4 and 775. Robert Valdez says, Rich, which looper are you using? No loopers have been hurt in the making of this video. We're just using backing tracks from Band in a Box played into our mixer, and the guitar is going direct into the mixer and into the computer. So anyway, that's it. If anyone has any last minute questions, let me know. Jim says L5, ditto West. They all sound similar sounding to me though. So that's Jim's.
Andrew says the 775. Interesting. Thank you guys for putting in your 2 cents. Tal Farlow getting a lot of votes for Tal.
Yeah, the Tal Farlow, that thing, it's got a cool sound.
It does.
Definitely.
It does. And you know, the equivalent to that guitar, the 550 Heritage, has got equally nice.
Yeah, those are nice for
yeah.
sure. Robert has another question here. What entry-level jazz guitar under 3K has that pickup next to the fretboard? Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could, you know.
I don't, off the top of my head, you know those Samics, they did, right?
Yeah, for sure. The Samick LaSalle's.
I don't think that Joe Pass Emperor does. That's got the space, right?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I don't know, William. You got your guitar handy? Is the pickup right up against the neck there?
Also, the George Benson that I have has a floating up against the neck.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just look at the guitars and see which ones have it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the Eastmans too, like those are under 3,000, and those are always going to be a solid pick for an entry-level jazz guitar. You can get a really nice Eastman for $1,500. What about that 372? That
no, that's like a 175.
okay, got it. Yeah. So yeah, just do a little searching around and see which one's placed right up against it. And I definitely would encourage you to check out Eastman, or if you could find one of those Ibanez or Ventura copies, that's probably under $3.
Or the Herbellis copy, Aria Herbellis. That's a nice thing.
So there you go. There's some options for you there, Robert.
Somebody was talking about a looper. I've had loopers before. What I've got now is the Ditto. It was like $50, $60. Ditto. Just a tiny little looper. I've got this other one. It does 100 things that I couldn't figure out how to make the thing work. So I feel bad about that. We're gonna have to figure out how to work that thing. Okay, let's sign off edition. Thank you for joining us. Because if you're not here, we're not here either. And so remember, no live stream next week, and we'll be at the jazz workshop. So, but thank you so much for joining us. And
and I should be able to post a video on Thursday morning of maybe some teacher concert video or something from the workshop, so you guys can see kind of what's going on and get your fix of jazz. I'll try to post it right probably around 10:30 a.m. So yeah, I'll send an email out about it too. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Butch Bowles came in and said, have a good time at the workshop. Tom as well. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that.
Hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you.